thing that's crazy to me, Omékongo, and I look at some of these networks and I'm like, y'all really hire some of these people? So CNN went and dug up former Utah Congresswoman Mia Love to get her thoughts on this. And listen to what this fool had to say about Biden's speech.
Would have fared better if he actually gave credit where credit was due with Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley was the governor at that time and decided she was going to remove the Confederate flag from all state grounds. I mean, she did this. Biden didn't do it. She did it. So
okay, the reason I got to put that on pause is because ain't no way in hell I'm giving Nikki Haley credit for bringing the Confederate flag down. It was 9 black people who were gunned down that brought that flag down. Her ass don't get no credit for it. But Love was so even more pathetic, you know, that listen to the rest of this nonsense that, again, why do they even call her for any analysis?
I think that you need to give credit where credit is due. It's one of the things that Trump could never do. He took all of the credit for anything good that happened when Congress were writing the laws. He took credit for funding the HBCUs and making sure that the HBCUs were funded permanently. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I was so happy when Biden was campaigning and talking about his son and his commitment to find a cure for cancer. And according to the CDC, compared to other races, Black and African Americans are getting and dying from all kinds of cancers. They have the highest death rate for cancer overall. I want him to keep that promise because everybody, Democrats and Republicans, would hold hands. They would be hand in hand in trying to eradicate this country and other countries of cancer.
I can't listen to her drivel any longer, Omékongo.
Yo, I'm so glad you played that because I caught the tail end of that when I was driving, and so I'm listening, and so I actually thought they were doing a segment on cancer. I didn't know who it was. I didn't realize now I'm realizing it was Mia Love completely departing from this. Because Biden hasn't delivered a cure for cancer, he's not successful as a president. Look, Mia Love has no business being on there talking about credit where credit's due. You know, didn't give that shout out to Bree Newsom that she deserved as well. The fact of the matter is, I appreciate Biden going to a Black church and giving this speech, and to an AME church. I was reading a letter from a Birmingham jail today, and I'm reading the part where Dr. King said, if the church of today does not recapture the sacrificial spirit of the early church, it will lose its authentic ring, forfeit the loyalty of millions, and be dismissed as an irrelevant social club with no meaning. And AME is not that. And so for Biden to go and give his second major speech of the year at this place where people are talking about how much support he's losing from the Black community, this is brilliant. This is not only strategic, but, and we could talk about political and all of that, but this is important for our soul. Too many of us feel like our struggles and our stories are being ignored and neglected, and that Republicans are dominating the narrative as people try to wash away our history. Just this weekend, Roland, as we all know, Donald Trump was talking about, oh yeah, the Civil War could have been negotiated. What, negotiate slavery? Like, oh, you keep what, half your slaves? Like, that's our story and our history. So Biden to go there, talk about, he said, quote, they're trying to turn a loss into a lie, and to also name white supremacy, which we've been asking them to do on a regular basis. This is what will galvanize a good portion of the Black community. I'm not a statistician. I can't speak to youth versus this, but I know that there are many of us in the Black community who will see this as somebody who's trying to speak to us when the other party is trying to silence our stories and our history, and this will galvanize support for Biden for many within the Black community. But outside of the politics, it's the right thing to be doing right now.